Alright, traders, let's have a market update. Let's have a good look at all the indexes. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alrighty then. Bing bong. It's Friday. I feel good, traders. I feel good. The reason why I feel good, and I hope you guys are feeling good, because making progress every single day, that's what it's all about, right? Let's get straight into what I'm seeing here on the overall market itself. So I firstly wanted to share with you what the weekly chart is actually showing me right now. So we're seeing here right now on the weekly chart, this is a weekly chart, by the way. How many times do I have to tell you it's a weekly chart? You can see what's happened here. We've gotten very, very little follow through after this breakout of this high up the top here. So you can see this high at the top here. After that there, let me see if this is going to make some difference here. Alright, so as you can see, right, we have this high up the top here. We have this complete high up the top here that the market is obviously having a lot of problems at right now. You know, it's having it broke up. Now it broke up, but it's actually not falling through yet. So there's obviously a lot of questions to ask here. We're starting to roll over just slightly, and I'll show you that on the daily charts. But we have a support level there, and this support level through here around the 18,100. They're the key areas I'm watching out for, because this still could be a top. This still could be a topping pattern, but we've actually broken up, and we broke it up and out. Now, that's what I see on the overall long-term charts, right? The weekly charts. It's actually struggling. So we may actually we may get a bit of reversal, maybe even into next week, a bit of reversal down. Let me go show you what I see on the daily charts, because this is actually quite interesting. Forget the indicators for a minute. We know what's going on with the stochastics. So let's just forget that for a minute. Let's actually bring that down, and let's just move that out of the way, because we don't need to worry about that. And then I want to bring this up to here. Bam. Right, so now we can see. Now let's actually have a look at this here. Let's have a look at what we see here. Firstly, we can see that we had this overall major level of support through here. This was overall one big channel here, support here, basically support there. We had the Brexit false breakout. And this is something I was talking about before. If you haven't seen my Let Me Be Honest video, go back through my archives and you'll be able to see that. But this here was something, this right here was something that I did not see at the time. Why? Because I wanted the market to bloody crash, right? Right? So I was looking for all the evidence of what I think the market was doing. But as soon as this happened, as soon as this day happened, I should have been saying, hang on a minute, this bar right here, we had a breakout of this channel. You can see we had basically a sideways channel through there. A sideways channel, and we had this breakout here, and then it broke out, but it came straight back inside to this channel. What is this? This here is a false breakout, right? It's a false breakout. Now, generally what happens with a false breakout, if you have a channel through there and have a channel through there, if the market's going up and down, and then suddenly we get a breakout, and it doesn't keep going down, but it just breaks back up. Generally what's going to happen, we're going to continue up and we're going to break up. Now we're likely to break up, very likely to break up 80 to 100% of the length of this channel. So let me actually show you what I see here. So the length of this channel, the channel that's been going on for the last sort of 3 months. Let's go back to the 3-month view here for a minute. The last 3 months, let's actually squeeze it up just a little bit more. This last sort of 3 to 4 months, you can see we're basically in this overall sideways. Little poke its head back above here, and then we broke down. That wasn't a false breakout because it wasn't even a channel then. But as you can see, the market hit the resistance, hit support, hit resistance, hit support, hit resistance, false breakout. Now, what's happening through there is this, is that if we draw a trend line, and and we draw a trend line, and we connect the highs, and we go down to the bottom here, and we connect that bottom, and we just extend that out to the upside, then 80 to 100% is where this is likely to hit. And oh my goodness, look at that. Technical analysis is at its best. It actually hit it absolutely spot on. You just saw that, right? I just drew that right in front of you. That's how incredible it is. You can see it actually hit the right point. And that's what I was saying to you guys yesterday. We may have a little bit more upside, but then I think we're going to reverse it. You can see it ran straight to that point. That's what I call a channel projection target. Now, I didn't see that the last couple of weeks because I was looking for something else. I wasn't reading what the charts are telling me. But now I am. I'm straight back on it, baby. I know exactly what's going on. So, right now, I can see what's happening on the S&P. So, the market actually went through this channel, and this is what happened here, okay? We had this support here, or basically almost support there. We had a lot of resistance there, a lot of resistance there, and a lot of resistance there, and also there as well too. Right? We had this false breakout, then a true breakout. False breakout, true breakout, and then it ran to the exact target of where this channel projection. So it's actually completed that channel. So it's completed this pattern now. And that's what happened. So we've gone sideways for quite some time. That's the question that I'm asking myself right now, is what is actually going on here? Now let's actually bring up, say, 1 year worth of data now. And so now I've actually just brought up 1 year worth of data. And now we've actually got to that high point through there. There's actually a couple of questions on my mind. What actually happens from here? And that's obviously one thing we don't know, but a few things can happen. If indeed we have, I'm pretty sure we're likely to continue down and have a bit more of a pullback, maybe even down to just this high point through here, and then it bounces. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is it runs down to this level here, and then we might bounce. Scenario 3 is that we actually run down and we have a big run down, and then we bounce, and then we break down. And then the scenario 4 is where the market runs down towards this level through here. It breaks down to the support level here. It breaks up a little bit, and then we break down. Now, which one of those scenarios is likely to play out? We don't know, right? We just don't know which one's going to play out there. That's why we're managing this day by day by day. We're flowing with the markets. The market is due for a pullback. So a pullback simply means it might be even to the 18,300 level and then continue up. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about this. Is it A, pullback towards 18,300 and run up? Is it B, it runs down towards the 18,000 level and then run up? Is it C, market drops below 18,000 and steps down? Or is it D, the market runs down to 18,000 and then creates a step down? So A bounces off 18,300. B bounces off 18,000, continue higher. C breaks below 18,000, continues and creates a step down. Or D, market runs down and then hits 18,000 and creates a lower peak. Which one do you think? A, B, C, or D? I'll be really, really, really interested to see what you actually think about that overall pattern there. Now, moving on to, say, the same thing as the S&P as well too, right? This is the S&P, and there we go, right? So this is the S&P, and the thing about the S&P is that if you look at this target, look at this, let me bring up, say, 3 months worth of data here. Very similar thing, but the actual, if you look at the overall channel through there to there, the actual, I don't think this has actually hit it. Let me actually just draw it from there to there and project that out. And I don't think this has actually got to it. I don't think the S&P has actually got to it yet. No, it hasn't. So the S&P was actually a bit more of a thicker channel, a bit more of a wider channel. So it didn't actually get to that point yet. It still may, so I'm going to keep that up there. It's just like, okay, what's it going to hit first? So we're going to keep an eye on that. Now we are getting a bit more of a selling volume today as well too, and the Dow Jones has already hit its resistance. So the Dow Jones will lead the S&P around. Looking onto the Russell, what we see on the Russell's still holding this pattern here. So that's actually, it's like, are we going to break up? Are we going to break down? If we start breaking below the lows here, then yeah, we're going to create this pullback down. But the more it holds here, the more it's likely just to run up. And then moving on through to the Nasdaq. Now this is what I see on the Nasdaq. This was the Brexit here. This is one thing, again, I was not looking for at the time. I was looking for something else. And we can see that this whole support through here, support, this resistance. You can see we created like a double top, double channel. This was a false breakout. This here was a break back in, which should have given me a warning sign. And then suddenly we've ran up, and now we're starting to stair step up through here as well too. So the projected channel is up at 5,200 level. That's where this projected channel is. Now on the Nasdaq, that is, because as you know, the Nasdaq's not moving exactly like with the S&P, so it's a different beast. On the Nasdaq itself, there's a few things. It may not get to the channel projected target. It may just hold here. So on the Nasdaq, I'm looking at a few scenarios here. It looks like that we may want to try and have a little reverse here, just obviously on a short-term basis. So if we do reverse and then hold this level and bounce off it, then yeah, we could actually see a run back up towards the 5,200 level. And that 5,200 level, by the way, guys, if I actually just open my chart up a bit more, let's go to say 1 year worth of data. 1 year worth of data. Let's go a little bit more. That 5,000 is actually a new high, a new high. So looks like is this going to keep running up through here? We still have made this. We still have made these major lows through here. If you look at the, let me actually bring up a line. Let me bring up a line. Let's go black. Let's bring up a 9. We still can see with the overall flow of the markets, we can see this move up, this move down, this move up, and then this move like that. So that's the overall flow of the market. So we still are creating these major lows through here. So that's obviously looking at the major swings. But on the short term, we've actually run up. So it's very, very, very tricky to see what's going on here. So looking on this, let's go back, say, to the 6-month view here. On the Nasdaq. On the Nasdaq, what I see is that the market looks like it can extend and it could get a pullback. Now we know, right? We know that this is the area through here. So it looks like that actually may be the high point up through there. So we know this is what's happening right now. All right, we know it's broken out through here. So what actually happens through here? And so looking at this here, what I see is this, is that if the market, do we actually get a pullback? Do we actually get a pullback through here, like down to there, and then we bounce off like that? Let me actually bring up a smaller one there. Or do we actually, if we break below this 18,400 and we start to create down through there, then there's a very good chance this level here is likely to be resistance, where we're likely to get a hold, a run up, and then a stair step down. Then that's what could happen, right? We could start to see that, and that's what I would say is a probability. So there's two scenarios here. And again, guys, Nasdaq, what do you think? A, do we run down, bounce off the 5,000 level and continue up towards the 5,200, or do we B, break through it, come back up, test this now as resistance because it should have been support and now it's going to be resistance. Now this is going to be resistance through here, and then we start to create some stair-stepping movement back on the downside. What do you guys think? So there you go. You got Dow and also the Nasdaq. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course. And I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.